Hi, everybody. All right, there was a chemical attack at a Planned Parenthood clinic in Sarasota, and it's kind of funny because all the investigators and everything aren't really leading into the main details so that they can call it a chemical attack. They're calling it an exposure, yet they're not saying that a vial spilled or that somebody took something out of the facility or something got mixed together that was hazardous. Yet 38 people in the facility had to be evacuated. Between 6 to 7 are injured, and I've read into this a little bit, and there's rumors going around one has died, although that's probably a rumor, so I'll let that one go. Now, this is very scary, folks, because you would think that unless it was something that was put in place inside this facility, that even a Planned Parenthood clinic would be relatively safe from hazardous materials spills and various exposures to things that would not go well together chemically, biologically, etc. And this is the result, folks. I'm going to show you what I got here in a minute. Just give me a second. But I'm calling this either a chemical or a biological attack on the Planned Parenthood facility in Sarasota. There are 38 that were evacuated, 6 to 7 are injured, and they're not saying whether or not something was brought in or made in the facility, but those are the stats at this time. All right, so the title reads Injuries, Evacuations at Planned Parenthood Over Chemical Exposure, CBS News, coming from MSN. And this story is actually quite incredible. They're not saying where it was released, how many people were involved, whether it was a chemical spill, somebody brought something into the building, or how this actually came about, which means it almost sounds like an attack of a chemical or biological nature, similar to the anthrax in the mail a few years back, except for this happened at the Planned Parenthood facility. And it doesn't even say if it happened back in the labs or in the main lobby or where, but this is actually quite incredible, folks. All right, this is coming from MSN. And as you can see at the top here, a Planned Parenthood clinic in Florida has been evacuated because of an unknown substance. Several people have been taken to a hospital for evaluation. Sarasota police spokesman Genevieve Judge said in a news release that 38 people inside were evacuated at 10:45 a.m. Monday. 2 hazardous material teams responded. Well, if it was a chemical exposure or what they're claiming, why did somebody have to have hazmat cleanup? I mean, you would think like a facility like Planned Parenthood would have their own hazmat qualified guys. Hell, I can start a cleaning business and within a year or two have hazmat certification. You're telling me a Planned Parenthood that deals with chemicals day in and day out does not have hazmat certified teams that can go in and clean up their own messes? Sorry, folks, I'm not buying it. I am not buying it one way and I'm not buying it another. The original title, I apologize, is Injuries, Evacuation at Planned Parenthood Over Chemical Exposure. So this is the situation, folks. And nobody is happy about this. So there's a lot he said, she said, but I'm telling you, folks, somebody did something dirty, and now everybody's basically trying to clean up somebody's mess before it goes super public. It looks like somebody tried to attack a Planned Parenthood facility in Sarasota. It's exactly what it looks like, bar none. The number of people injured is unknown. Police say 6 were injured, but the local government and Planned Parenthood say 7 were hurt in the incident. They're not providing any major details as to how the incident happened. Oddly enough, it says that the clinic provides planning services, preventive health care, testing for sexually transmitted diseases and abortions, among other things. And oddly enough, another piece I read said that there was a battery of sexual tests for the people being admitted to the hospital. I can't confirm that, but I don't rule it out, given the fact that we don't know much about what caused this, whether it was a mix-up of chemicals or whether or not somebody brought something in and exposed 38 people to something harmful. But you would imagine a facility like Planned Parenthood to have all their ducks in a row in case something similar to this actually happens. And quite honestly, folks, I'm going to call it a chemical attack, bio-attack, possibly even a terrorist attack. I mean, 38 people were injured or were there and had to be evacuated. Was it 6 to 7 injured? Yeah.